Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vera and here I like to talk anything that's going on in my knitting life. So I thought I would do another project vlog here. This time I want to make this beautiful blouse. So it's called the Darjeeling Blouse by Trust the Mojo. And I'm just so in love with the detail at the bottom and at the sleeves of it. So here, the sleeves and the bottom I think are so beautiful. I love that it's a button down at the front, and I've just been super excited to get started on my more lighter knits, on my summer knits. So this is gonna be my next cast on, and yeah, I'm just so in love with this pattern. It spoke to me immediately. So the yarn I've chosen to use is this one. It's the Drops Cotton Merino, and this is a 50% wool and 50% cotton blend. Suggested needle size is 4mm, and the color is number 22. So it's this mossy green. It's definitely a bit lighter than what it looks like on here, but yeah. So I did my gauge swatch, and the pattern calls for a 22 stitch gauge. I used 3.5mm needles and I got 22.5 stitches. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with it and make size S, which is I fall on the smaller side of anyway, so I'm figuring out that the half stitch extra isn't gonna make the biggest difference. I'm just gonna hope for the best. And yeah, I'm gonna buy the pattern and then see how it goes. It is an intermediate to advanced piece, so it's not gonna be the fastest knit, I guess, and will take some more concentration. It's not just gonna be your mindless project next to the TV, but I'm excited for that. That's something that I've been looking forward to making, and yeah, overall just super excited about the yarn as well. A cotton and merino blend I think is always really nice for the summer. So I'm gonna cast it on and then probably check in soonish, I guess. So I did the cast on, which honestly was a lot because it's made bottom up, the blouse. So it's just it's a lot of stitches cast on. Like I said, I'm making size small, and this was I chose to do, there's a few options of cast ons that you could do. So I chose to go with the Judy's Magic cast on, and I've just knitted across once, which literally took me 2 hours now, or maybe an hour and a bit, because first you have to figure out, you know, the measurements and the yarn and everything, and then I had to watch a video because this Judy's cast on was different to the one I've used before. I didn't know there was different versions of it. And then I literally had this much, literally this much of yarn left of my end, and then I had to do 3 more cast on stitches. I was this is not gonna happen, I have to undo it. And it already took me such a long time because it was just this is a lot of stitches cast on. I'm usually really fast at casting on, so I'm really not used to spending a lot of time on a cast on. So I had to do it all over again, which is fine. And now I was able to purl across a row, which also took time because it's just really tight. And yeah, so I am using 2 knitting needles simultaneously. I've done this before, but only with 1 needle, although it always tells you to use 2. I've always ever just used 1, so for this one I was I'm not gonna risk anything, I'm just gonna use 2. So this is where we're at. It doesn't really look like much yet, but yeah, in terms of the yarn, it's splitting a little bit, which I'm not too in favor of at the moment. It is it was super tight, the cast on and everything. With the Judy's cast on, it's always gonna end up tight. So I'm hoping that it was just a yarn tension thing, and hopefully once it gets a little bit looser, the tightness of the yarn will become less of an issue. But so far so good. I love how soft it is. It's such a beautiful yarn to touch. It's nice to work with. I just really hope that the splitting is not gonna become frustrating throughout this project. So now I'm gonna put this down because I got a little bit annoyed with all this casting on, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna take myself out for a little bike ride and swim, and then I will be back in the evening to hopefully work on this a little bit more and just take it easy, take it slow, and yeah, enjoy where this piece leads me. I'm super excited for the lace detailing. I think that's so beautiful, and I'm just so excited about this item. I didn't even mind that the whole, you know, custom took a little longer. Like, I was frustrated in the second, but now I'm also just like, I'm gonna go out for a few hours, but then I'll be back knitting this, which I'm already looking forward to. Hello, so it is a few days later. I think the last check-in I did was on Tuesday, and now it is Saturday morning. And let me show you how I've come along, which I think is quite good. To be honest, I've just kind of been knitting like in the evening, so the light was not good and I was just in front of the TV, not really filming anything. However, we are this far in. Ta-da! So it's quite like, yeah, I don't know, I guess like maybe 20 centimeters, 15 centimeters. I'll show you in a second as well. So far the knitting experience has been quite like standard, I would say. The bottom, like you do like the picot double folded hem here. That's something I've just like never done before in that way, so that was really interesting. And then the lace and like the pattern at the bottom just kind of kept it engaging. And now we're just kind of knitting and purling, adding some buttonholes on the sides. I'm not really having issues with the yarn splitting, which is super nice. And yeah, I'm on my third ball of yarn and I'm this far along, so I really hope that it will be enough. I mean, I have like, this is my third one and I have 4 more of them, so it should be okay. But yeah, I'm positive because it's a t-shirt, so it should be fine. So far so good. I'm just kind of like, yeah, now doing my purls and knits. I'm trying not to be discouraged by the purls. But yeah, I think it'll be a really pretty top. The only thing I'm a little bit like not worried about yet, but might, I don't know, might be an issue, is that it just feels very wide. Like there's just a lot, and when I kind of put it around my body, oops, where's the needle here? Like there's just a lot of it, and when I put it around my body, it's like, it's hard to tell right now because of the it's obviously like on my needles and it's a bit scrunched up, and I haven't really put it on string yet. But I think it's just a little bit longer because you'll add like buttons like at the front to kind of button it together, so I guess you need a little bit extra. My gauge is 21.5 stitches, or at least, I don't know if it's 21.5 or 20.5. I need like 21 or 22, so I'm like half a stitch under my gauge, which is fine. I did make a size small, which yeah, gives me a little bit less ease than the pattern stitch. I think is like 1 or 2 centimeters, which should be evened out by the half stitch that my gauge is too big. Yeah, so I'll keep checking in. I think, yeah, I really enjoy working with the yarn. It's beautiful to touch. It's very nice and soft. The stitch definition is pretty good, I would say. So I just finished the bottom part of this blouse, I think it's called, or is it a t-shirt? I'm not really sure. And here we are, it looks like this. So the pattern is it comes in 3 different lengths. So once you've chosen your size, you have to choose your length, which is cropped, normal, or long. I'm kind of going off of what the picture shows and like how many buttons there are in the picture to try to determine like how long I want mine to be. So I've kind of gone with this, which is somewhere between the cropped and the short, the normal version. The whole pattern is counted in rows, and I'm not a row counter when I knit. I'm definitely like a measuring person or a measuring knitter. So yeah, I've kind of been trying to count the rows, and like, I mean, obviously for the button, like for the buttonholes, there's one here and one here. Like here, I obviously have been counting the rows, yeah, just because like to get them even sized. But yeah, it's not like the most intuitive pattern if you're not a row counting knitter, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at this from the bottom of my arm, because this is like where the armhole then starts. It comes to like a nice length, right, like where my pant line is, or where my trousers line is, so it should be okay. Yeah, so I'm going to put this aside, probably continue later, and get on with my day. Okay, so I finally got back to working my Darjeeling blouse. It's been a pretty long time. I think I took a break from this for like over a month. I'm not really sure. I kind of got disappointed, or not disappointed, I got like discouraged from the pattern because it just seemed like it was gonna be very wide. And yeah, so now I finally picked it up again because I finished like another project. I finished my Cumulus blouse. So I am just starting my second sleeve, and this literally took me 3 tries because yeah, I forgot like how I did the first one, and the pattern is definitely like, it explains everything. But for example, for the Judy's Magic cast on, you can do it on 1 needle, and I've always done it on 1 long circular needle. For this pattern you need 2 needles, and that really like confused me for a second there, because it asks you to join the round, which in Judy's Magic cast on means like you're joining, like now you need both needles, but in this pattern, and it doesn't state it explicitly, but you essentially need to join the round without working the other needles. And I was like, oh, I need to use a second needle. So luckily I had another 3.5mm needle on hand. And yeah, this was my 3rd time like casting. I had to do the Judy's Magic cast on 4 times because yeah, various issues I had with it, but that's okay. Now we're here and it's looking pretty good. I think it's so beautiful. Look at this picot edge. I love it. So I'm pretty motivated with this with this whip again. I think sometimes you just have to take a break, and that's totally fine. So I'm watching the women's Euros, the football tournament that goes on every 4 years, which means I'm still up. As you can see, it's already dark outside and it is summer, so the sun sets at like 10 p.m. But I'm motivated and I have something to watch, and yeah, I just wanted to check in here to show you my beautiful, cute little picot edge. This is also my first project like that I'm doing with this edging, and like I'm definitely gonna try to do more because I think it's just so beautiful. Hello, so I'm here to check in about my Darjeeling blouse. I have made quite some progress in that. I think the last time I was like starting on the second sleeve, and right now it looks like this, where I've joined the sleeves right here and I've already kind of started doing the decreases. Yeah, so it kind of is resulting in this like decreasing edge. You'll notice that like my stitches are a little bit uneven here. Essentially I was accidentally slipping the slip stitches like purlwise instead of knitwise like that you do to do the decreases, but I have since found the mistake. I decided I'm not gonna go back and fix it because I don't think it's that bad, but yeah, so I've finished it this far, and the nice thing is that now I can actually try it on. So I'm gonna, okay, so at least I see it now, whereas before I was just super worried that it was gonna be unwearable. I also just dropped 2 stitches. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but essentially this is where I'm at. This is where the front will be, where the buttons will be, I guess. And yeah, this is kind of what the bottom of it looks like. It is like a little bit cropped now, but like I don't really mind that at all. Obviously I'm wearing it over a long sleeve right now, but even though I'm wearing it over a long sleeve, like I don't think it'll be much too big. So the back here is really okay, and the front here is also fine. Basically when I was initially making it, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be way too large. I can like wrap it around myself like twice. But yeah, I feel like now with this, at least I can like
kind of put it on. The needles are still like a little bit too small, like to actually like fit around my shoulders here. But it's giving me the vision that I think I need in order to finish it. So I'm gonna try to do that within the next few days. Hopefully I don't drop any stitches here. All good. And yeah, there's still like a pretty big hole in the underarm, so I'm hoping that the pattern will like tell me to close that. I mean, obviously I'll close it either way. Even if not. And then I need to find some buttons for it. So I'm a little bit hesitant to order them online just because I do want the buttons to kind of like match color wise. I think it'll just look a little bit nicer. So I'm hoping that I don't want to have too many local yarn stores because like the town I live in is not that big. But worst comes to worst, like I am going, I don't know, on my holiday, on a trip. I'll hopefully find something there. I'll probably take a little bit of yarn to like make it match. And if all else fails, I'll try to order it online. If I can't use them, I'll just use them for a different project. And yeah, so I'm gonna just continue doing my decreases at the top here. And hopefully then I will soon be finished my Darjeeling blouse. With the decreases now, it's kind of like I've never really worked decreases like bottom up like this before. I've only done button up sweaters that are either front and back panels or round yoke, but I've never done like actually the shoulder decreases in the way this pattern does it. So that's new to me, which is fun, which is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna work these. I just noticed I dropped some more stitches, so I probably need to fix that. And I feel like I'm at the point now where it's like, you know when you're working the yoke of a raglan and there's just so many stitches and it's just a lot and every round takes forever. And now with this I also obviously need to purl it because it's like it's worked flat, of course, because of the button, the opening at the front. So yeah, I'm trying to keep going and keep trucking along, and now it's getting better because I've already done like a whole number of decreases. I'm still counting my rows, so that's going well. I'm ticking off like every time I finish it back and forth, I tick off 2 rows, and yeah, I'll check in probably once it's done. Fingers crossed, so hopefully that will be soon. So I finished my blouse part of the pattern. It looks like this. So I also just finished blocking it. So in terms of blocking, what I do is I just fill up a hole with my regular washing detergent. I don't do anything fancy. And I soak it in there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I try to press the liquid out with a towel. And then now in the summer, because we have our fan standing around, I just put the fan on it and then it's dry within like 1 day. So it looks like this at the moment and I really like it. Of course I still need the buttons in front because right now it's kind of more of a jacket to put on, but I'm pretty excited about it. It feels so nice. Like it's just like a very, I don't know how to describe it. I wouldn't say like buttery, but like kind of on the buttery soft side, if that makes sense. I went to my local craft shop, yarn shop. They also sell like other things, so I guess I'll say craft shop. And I got some buttons. I was hoping to get buttons in exactly this dark green color, but that turned out that that was a little bit too niche of a color for that shop. And I also didn't really want to buy them online because I was like holding the shirt to all the buttons that they had. So I came out of the shop with these buttons, and I think they're super cute still. Like they're these like pearl buttons. I got 5 of them because that's how many I needed, not more. And I think they were like 60 cents a piece. And I think the contrast with these on the green is gonna look really nice. I know they're not green, but I think they'll still match like the blouse really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach those, and then hopefully we will have a finished blouse like in probably, I don't know how long this will take me, maybe half an hour or so. So I'm really excited, and then I'll do a little try on. So I just finished attaching all the buttons, which was actually like pretty easy, but as you can see, it's kind of like creating these holes, which I kind of expected because the edge does like roll in kind of. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sew, like I'm gonna put little stitches to hold the edge together to like not create the holes anymore. I mean, I don't think I'll ever wear this blouse like open, so I think that'll be a pretty easy fix. I'm gonna go do that now, and then hopefully the blouse is finished. So my Darjeeling blouse is finally finished. Yeah, we're also in a new apartment, so my apologies if it echoes weirdly because we have nothing on the walls yet because we just moved in. But here it is, my Darjeeling blouse. Yeah, I finished this a few days or weeks ago now even, but I realized I never like finished all of the video, so I just wanted to show you here. I have worn it I think 3 times, like for full days, so I think I can give a pretty good like, you know, first impression of it, I guess. So as you can see here, it does have like quite a bit of positive ease. Like for reference, like I'm here and then it's kind of here, so it's definitely like a more boxy fit. I do like that about it though, like it's definitely like a relaxed fit type at the bottom. So I ended up sewing it all down. So now here, like it's literally, it's just sewn down, like you can't open it or anything. Yeah, so that's the one thing. Wearing it is really comfortable. The yarn try is super good, like very comfortable yarn. It hasn't been too hot yet, so I can't really judge that. The only thing is that it is very, like it's very open here. Like if I turn around, you can see that like the back as well is really open. It tends to slide back a little bit, which I'm not worried about. Because yeah, if it slides forward, it's just a very like low V opening as well. So an adjustment I would make is I would just add a few rows like at the neckline to like close it up a little bit more, at least like up here, and bring it a little bit higher up. But yeah, the sleeves, some people on Ravelry say that the sleeves are pretty tight, and I can understand why. Like there is much less positive ease on the sleeves than on the body. And yeah, I love the little buttons. I know I wanted to get green buttons, but they didn't have those, so I went with the pearl buttons instead. I love them. I think they're so cute on it, like, and they really match the light pants as well if I wear it with light pants. And yeah, I've gotten some compliments on this as well, which is always nice. So I think that is where I will leave the video today. Would I recommend this? Yes, definitely, but maybe not as your first knitting project, as it is like a little bit more, like it definitely requires some experience. But yeah, it's not like not doable. I think it's definitely a piece that I'll wear a bunch. One of my favorite things is like the edging. So here, like the waves, and at the bottom, the picot hem is beautiful. And yeah, I think it's super cute that like, although I won't be opening it, like it's still kind of like an open at front like item. And yeah, so that is my Darjeeling blouse by Trust the Mojo. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it went on for a pretty long time, mainly because I got discouraged by it like for a whole month, but sometimes that's just how it goes. I'm really happy that I finished it now because I think it looks beautiful, and like my worries were not justified or were not like actual issues at the end. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed all my steps. If you did, I would love for you to give this video a like, maybe leave a comment down below if you're gonna make this blouse or not. And yeah, if you want to stick around for the long run, I would love for you to subscribe and yeah, watch me more often, I guess. I post videos around about every week. I try my best. And yeah, we'll leave it here for today. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.